Good morning. We're ready to start our lesson for today. Now, back in lesson 2, back a long time ago, I think you made a clock. I can't remember if you did, but I'm pretty sure you made a clock maybe from this book. I'm not real sure. If you did make a clock, or if you have a clock that you can hold, like you can practice with, be careful, Stuart, then you need to have that clock out so you can do it, okay? Because now I am going to have a clock on the screen that we're going to do, but we're going to do this page today, okay? Now, remember on a clock that there's actually 3 hands, but we're just going to talk about 2. There's a big hand, and then there's a little hand. And remember, whichever number, and there's only 12 numbers, whichever number the little hand points to, that's the hour, okay? And then the long hand, when it points to these, we count by, do you remember? 5s. Let's start here and count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and here we don't say 60, even though it is 60 minutes. We just say a clock, or you can say 60. Okay, so let's look right over here. Now, after you've completed writing the minute marks on your clock, start at 3 o'clock and practice moving the minute hand minute by minute around the clock. This is the way we write the time to the minute. Now, I want you to notice on this clock, do you see, this is on your page too, and you can look on the screen or your page. Now, do you see these dark marks? The dark ones? See, the dark ones are all beside the numbers, right? Those are the marks where we count by 5s. Okay, each of these is a minute by 5s. Do you see these lighter marks in between? Those are the minute marks, and we just count by 1s on those. Like this minute right here would be 60, okay, or a clock. And then this one would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now, if you have a clock that you made, then you need to see if you can put these marks. There needs to be 4 marks in between each number, okay? 1, we actually would say 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10. And the reason we say O is because it would come up here as a 0 if we wrote the time. So if you have a clock and you need to put these minute marks, then you need to pause this while you put 4 marks between each number. And each one of those will be 1 minute. So let's make sure you do that. Now, the first clock right here says for us to change the time to 3 o'clock. Okay, so if you have a clock, change it to 3. If not, then you can just watch mine. All right, now this will be 3 o'clock, see? Now that's AM, that means we're probably asleep, but we'll just say 3 o'clock. Now the next clock says, let's do 3:01. Okay, this is 3 o'clock. Okay, 3:01. See, now it's pointing to the 01. You see how this changed? 3:01. Now this would be, well, 3:02. 3:03, 3:04, and then when we get to the 1, we'll say it's 3:05. Okay, do you see how that works? Now, the 0, this 0 right here on the 3:01, that 0 shows 1 minute passed since 3. The 0 holds the place until it becomes 3:10. So when writing time, always remember that there must be 2 digits after the 2 dots. Now, this is 3:05. See, it's on the 5. All right, so let's keep counting a little bit. So this would be 3:06. Say it out loud. And don't look at this clock. You look right here at this clock, okay? 3:09, and then when it's on the 2, remember the 2 is 10, so we don't say 3:10 because now there becomes a 1 there. So we don't have to say O anymore. only from 01 to 09. And then after that, there gets to be 2 digits after these dots. So we don't say O anymore. So now it's 310. All right, let's set it to, now let's see what time it is here. Now I know we can see the time, pardon me. I know you can see the time, it's 3:48, but let's figure out why it's 3:48. Okay, so the hour, we always look at the hour hand first. It looks like it's pointing at the 4, doesn't it? But it's actually just before the 4, and this hasn't made it all the way up. And when this makes it all the way up, it's going to be 4, but it's not. So that means it must be 3. So anytime the little hand is pointing between 2 numbers, it always goes with the lesser number. Okay, so we know the hour is 3 because it's right between the 3 and the 4. So we go with the 3. And then remember, the 9 is 45. Because remember, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Remember that one we count by 5s? But look where it's pointing. And so these we count by 1s. Are you ready? 46, 47, 48. So now we know that it's 3:48. Good deal. All right. Let's see. I wonder if, I don't think there's a way. There we go. All right. So I'm going to set this and see if you can tell me what time it is. Are you ready? Here we go. What time is that? Did you say 11 o'clock? Okay. Now, can you tell me what time it is? Did you say 11:17? Because see, this hour, always look at the hour hand first. It's still right by the 11. It's kind of between, so that means we go with the lesser number, which is 11. And then we come over here and look at the long hand, and we say, well, this is 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. So that means it's 11:17. Let's do a couple more. Can you tell me what time that is? Did you say 1:12? See, the hour hand is by the 1. And then we look at this one and we think 5, 10, 11, 12. So we'd say it's 1:12. The hour is 1 and the minutes are 12. Okay, one more. Where will it stop? Can you see what time that is? Okay. I bet you said the hour was 5, didn't you? But it's actually 4. And let me tell you why. Because this long hand is almost at the 12. And what happens when it gets to the 12? Well, when the long hand gets to the 12, then this little, there's my rooster, then this little hand will be on the 6, and it would have a long way to go, wouldn't it? So when this long hand gets on the 12, it actually would be perfectly on the 5. So it's actually 4. The hour is actually 4. When this hand gets right here, when the long hand is really close to the 12, then that means it's not quite this hour. It can't change an hour until it gets on the 12. So that means it would be 4. The hour's 4. Let's count the minutes. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Count with me. 51, 52, 53. That means that it's 4:53. Good deal. The hardest part is always trying to determine which hour it is. And you'll get used to that. But when this is really close to the 12, you always want to go with the lesser number too. Okay? All right, that will be all your lesson for the day.